Test.
Being live streamed, coming in hot. All right. I don't know if anybody's gonna be watching because I kind of screwed up on the timing and all that.
Oh yeah.
I'm posting on social.
Oh shoot. There we go. That's okay. We'll get who we get.
Yep.
Good job, Commander.
Yep, Commander.
I will say we have more than doubled our subscription.
Really?
Yeah, we were at 3 and now we're at 8.
Oh, I'll take it. $1 subscriptions or
what?
Like $1 subscription?
No, I'm talking about the YouTube channel.
Oh, YouTube. Okay, cool. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right. You're watching now. I'm still back in the middle of setup. Rewatching the last episode that we get to.
Oh, I got about halfway through it. Well, I got through the important part, really. Yeah. Not the part where the feckless New Republic came to, throw somebody in jail for really not doing anything.
Doing their job. Okay.
Parents are on their way to Germany.
Who's on their way to Germany?
My parents.
Huh?
My parents.
Oh, your parents?
Yes. Going to Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest. Meeting is being live streamed. Yep. All right. Copy the link. That's part 5. I want part 6. Post this baby on the Facebook.
You already got your bone. What do you want? You already got it. You don't get a second. You spoiled dog. Spoiled rotten. Hey, nice haircut.
Thank you. It was time.
You shaggy bastard.
Yep. Am I spelling that right? Ahsoka. Ahsoka.
Yep.
Okay.
Is the most satisfying thing ever. I dropped
Cocaine.
Said the way, not cocaine.
Oh, what a busy weekend.
Yeah.
Baseball game Saturday, which was fun. We were in the cabins and for the last couple of days. Did a big hike yesterday.
Oh, cool.
That just wiped out Casey. And it was a bit of a hike. Like, according to the map, it was a half-mile long paved in each direction.
Huh.
And then there was like another like quarter of a mile that was unpaved path that we did in this gorge. That was really cool.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
I wonder if we did live stream on Facebook instead of YouTube, if we get more people's.
Shouldn't matter because we post both on Facebook and YouTube. I mean, like we post that we're doing it on Facebook.
Yeah.
I just figure Facebook or the YouTube's a better platform for it.
Yeah, I agree in general. I think it is a better platform for it. So how about that football this weekend?
Oh man.
Yeah, that was pretty sad yesterday.
Well, if you take one thing away from it, the defense really was awesome for the Browns.
They were phenomenal. I mean, that was basically, they always use the quarterbacks, right? It's Deshaun Watson versus, Pickens or whatever his name is. That game was Myles Garrett versus Watt.
Right. And it just happened that TJ Watt got the better of the day.
Yeah.
But that was because
got lucky with that scoop and score.
Right. And TJ Watt was facing off against a rookie who is like, everyone's gonna say this kid is probably phenomenal for a rookie line tackle, offensive line tackle. That DeJuan Jones, kid's a big dude who can move. So
yeah. I'd like to see Micah Parsons, Myles Garrett, and TJ Watt all on the same defense.
Right.
I think if we're gonna build an Olympic defense.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And just this is where you definitely saw Watson being a definite issue. I mean, there were a few passes that were obviously dropped, but he's just got to be faster. For some reason, he thinks that line's supposed to hold up longer than it should, and it's just not.
Not only that, like he spends so much time backpedaling.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he expects the pocket to move back a good 20 yards when really it's about 5 yards.
Right.
It just like you're blowing a lot of time. You could have thrown the ball walking, running backwards or walking backwards. It's
a fast game. You got to be fast at it.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong. Like the pocket collapsed in it a couple times, but a couple times he burst out of it before it was really done. He had time.
And even then, he's indecisive at that point,
Yeah.
So, but you know what? I'll say this. Anytime Pittsburgh and Cleveland face off against each other, it feels like a Super Bowl type event. I mean, it felt like the entire season was on the line. The crazy stuff that was happening, the injuries and the penalties, and it just all seemed like, one mess up was going to make the difference, and it did. I mean, it wasn't like outside of the scoop and score, did the Pittsburgh actually make any other touchdowns? They made one other offensive touchdown that I remember, but beyond that.
Yeah, they just had one pass that went for like 50 yards or whatever.
Right.
He was blown coverage. And other than that, no. I if I remember correctly, that Pittsburgh never made it to the red zone the entire game. Like they scored on that one passing play and then on the scoop and score, and then otherwise it was, field goals.
Right. So, whereas we did 2 touchdowns, one Watson touchdown, and then one from either Cooper or it was Amari Cooper, short pass. After Jerome Ford almost got that touchdown.
Yes. Short by 10 inches or whatever. Got tripped up at the very end.
So it was a good game. I heard you guys.
That was a crazy play because it looked like he was going to go. He was going to get caught up in traffic and go down, and he managed to split the other way. And Watson actually made a good block for him.
Right.
And he gone.
But it was sad that it ended like that. But and then poor Nick Chubb. God.
Yeah.
All I could remember was him saying, "Oh, he's down," and then as they're like still talking about it, you heard the crowd go, "Ooh," like the entire crowd go, "Ooh," and they're like, "Yeah, we're not showing that." So you're like, that must have been bad. I just hope it's not a career ender. Everything all right over there?
I just basically lost audio. Okay, how about now?
I can hear you. It's a little. It sounds further away, but
What the heck? All right. How about now?
yes, I can hear you better. I heard you before, but I can hear you better.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck is going on, but I don't think it sounds bad on the live stream, so I might just eschew the headphones. I don't think it sounds bad on the live stream, so I might just eschew the headphones. Yep. Yeah, it sounds fine. So I'm not putting them on. You're being all weird on me. We're not really recording this, so.
But I see the Cowboys dominated the Giants.
Oh, yeah.
That was this weekend, right?
We own New York,
Oh, right. They were right. New York was week 1. Jets was week 2.
Yeah. Giants were week 1. Jets were week 2. We own both of them.
Yeah. What can you say about the Jets? I mean, they've at least won a Super Bowl sooner than the Browns have. So,
That's true.
Yeah,
they lost Rodgers, so
after 4th place. Like I'm gonna try to get the smile off my face, but can't do it.
Yeah,
just can't.
Well, and I mean, Rodgers has been kind of a curse for us. We've never really, I don't think we've ever been able to beat him at Green Bay. So this was going to be an interesting kind of test to see if we could. And now he's out, and then we beat the stew out of him. So, but it was fun to watch. It's almost like Dak has gone back to being, I'm going to say his freshman year, a rookie year. He's playing mostly short plays. He's not doing the play calling now. It's God, what's his name? It's the head coach again. So it's not
McCarthy.
Yeah. It's not Kellen Moore anymore because they fired him. So it's interesting. It's sort of like the offense is kind of finding itself, but more like they're bringing themselves back to playing smaller ball in order for more stable yardage or better, easier wins. It's also interesting watching Pollard make the transition from being the fast outside guy to the inside ground pounder. Because he's getting stopped the same way Zeke did. It's when you go up the middle, you typically get 4 to 5 yards. It's just, that's how it is. So
well, that's funny you mentioned all that about going up the middle. It sounds like the Browns are gonna get Kareem Hunt again as their as the backup, not as their primary. They're gonna stick with Jerome Ford as their primary running back. But I tell you, 2 weeks in, it's been an interesting the matchups these first couple weeks have been actually pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield 2-0.
2-0. Yeah, the Dolphins, I think, are 1-1, or they're 2-0. So Jaguars not doing so well.
Poor Trevor Lawrence. Here's another cursed team.
I tell you what, the Bengals don't look good at all. They're 0-2.
I know that was the problem why I felt like I was trying not to make a big deal out of week 2, but it was because it was the best chance the Browns had going to getting at least 2 of the 4 first games of the season, which they really need. So, and then both of them being division opponents. So, because then now they face Tennessee this weekend and then Baltimore the following week, and I don't think they'll beat Baltimore. They just haven't yet. They haven't beaten Baltimore, I think, in a long time. And so,
I understand that.
The Rangers still in it?
As far as I know, they had like a 6-game winning streak, and then I think they blew it to the Guardians several games in a row.
They got swept, yeah.
So I don't know anymore.
That was the hilarious part. Was Friday night they lose like 12-1, like Guardians win 12-1, and Sunday Guardians win like 9-1. What did they win Saturday when we went to see them? 2-1, and those 2 runs came in the bottom of the 8th. Yeah. I'm like, really, guys? Come on. I even sprung for the nice seats too, the club seats with which was really cool. It was $100 per ticket, but it was like an all you can eat section. And I mean, it wasn't just hot dogs and hamburgers. They had things there like penny Alfredo and flank steak and like a taco bar, cool. Desserts. And it was really good. And if I wasn't on this damn medication, I probably would have enjoyed it more, but we were pretty full, so we didn't have a whole lot, but what we did have was pretty good for all you can eat. And seats were good, and they were comfortable. They were actually comfortable, padded bottom seats that were wide enough for my fat ass.
Nice.
Like I sat in it comfortably. I didn't feel squeezed into it. So, but yeah, we splurged because it was our anniversary, and
like
the last
in the American League right now. Well, they're tied up with the Mariners basically, but looks like they're about to lose to the Red Sox.
For the division or for
so in the AL West, they're third after them and the Mariners are both 82 wins, 68 losses.
So they're tied for second.
They're both trailing the Astros by 2 games.
But are they first in the wild card?
I don't know.
Let's take a look. Let's go to the map. So wild card, your top 3. So Tampa and Toronto take the first 2 spots, and Seattle and Texas are tied for that 3rd spot. And they are 6 games ahead of the nearest team after that. So they one of those 2 teams will get that 3rd wild card spot. I mean, it's possible if Toronto stumbles, they're only a game. Well, yeah. So, I mean, being 2 games out, they're still technically having a chance for the division, but more than likely they'll get in on the wild card.
Yeah. So it'll be good. And they get in, I'll probably go to a game, maybe 2. See if I can watch something. Hopefully the Rangers will put it back together by the time they're playing October ball. I really wish there was a postseason for the minor league.
Yeah, it just depends on the league that they're in.
Yeah, Well, probably the Rough Riders have ended, so their season's over. And I'm like, just as the weather gets like tolerable, basically not 105 degrees anymore. It's topping out in the 90s.
I was gonna say it's been cold here in the mornings and comfortable in the 70s in the days so far.
Yeah.
It's going to top out 84 Thursday or Friday and then start going back down again. And then I got a crap ton of beer this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
A bunch from Great Lakes Brewing in Cleveland, and then a bunch of Shiner that I found in Circleville Kroger. Shiner Oktoberfest and regular Shiner, 6-pack of each.
I like that. We drank a whole bunch of strawberry blonde.
No, I didn't see that one. I saw the peach one, and then I saw the Christmas one, which for some reason is still in the stores. Which I wasn't a huge fan of.
That's why it's still in the store.
But from Christmas of last year,
it's not like it goes bad.
Eventually beer goes bad. Yeah,
it does.
So, oh, what else? Oh, the Blue Jackets. Oh, roll your eyes, millennial bullcrap. So during the offseason of the NHL, the Blue Jackets fired their coach because they did a horrible, horrible job this past season.
Okay.
When the season before, they almost got into the playoffs and then they just crapped out this entire last season. So they get a new coach. He's a little controversial, this guy named Mike Babcock, because I guess he was a bit of a hard ass. He in his past had talked to players like old coaches do, verbally abusive and kind of crap like that.
Raised his voice and told them they were pansies and
stuff like that.
Okay.
So he'd been out of the NHL for a year or two, but he's won a Stanley Cup. So they hire him, and before they could even get the season started, he has to resign because during a meeting, he had asked to see photos of players' families from other players' phones. And some of these younger players took exception to that and felt that he was invading their privacy.
I mean, was it like a requirement to being able to play?
Not something that anyone has said at all. They said this was all done in a meeting with all the players present. This was like a team meeting where he had asked to see, pictures from their phones of the players' families.
Okay.
And so far, that's all we know. That's all we really know. Some were saying that he took them forcefully from their phones off of something called AirPlay, but no one's confirmed that. No one's confirmed really anything other than he made this request. And no player has been quoted. No player who was offended has been on the record saying what happened. Now, senior players that were on the team last year, starting for the team last year, came out and said, yes, he did see, pictures. He did ask to see these pictures, but none of us thought anything of it. We thought it was a good meeting. We thought it was a good way to start building a relationship with a new coach. That's it. So the NHL and the Players Association came to Columbus on a Thursday, started an investigation, made it more formal investigation on Friday, and by Monday he said he resigned.
It's like, yeah, I'm out. I don't care. I don't care anymore.
Well, he's like, I don't want to be a distraction. I'm like, okay, but that's what it's just ridiculous. And I thought that hockey players were a little more.
Yeah, I know, right? They had a backbone and maybe weren't a bunch of pansies.
I know they're trying to take fighting out of the game, but that's the only thing that makes the game honestly, more entertaining.
Yeah, I was
I mean,
gonna
there's a
say,
lot of
don't do
skill to
that.
be seen, but
That's
yes, yeah, the violence of it is something that gives it a little bit more entertaining. So
taking the
we'll see.
violence out of
I
pocket.
bring it up because, like I said, we're close to the season starting. Casey and I are going to a rookie mini camp event on Saturday at the arena. And then the next day, Sunday, is the first preseason game of the year that we're also going to.
Oh, that's right. You guys are season ticket holders now.
Yep.
All right. Let's get
Ready to rumble.
Let's get the watch party set up. We are T-minus 3 minutes. Let's get ready to rumble. Rumble. Yeah, I said it. I said the word rumble really loud.
Oh, and I'm a little over halfway through Dragon Ball.
Like original Dragon Ball?
Yeah.
Wow. I never watched original Dragon Ball.
Almost annoying.
Yes.
Whoever wrote those cartoons did not like women. Did not like women.
I mean, I'm trying to think other than Bulma and maybe Chi-Chi, what other
So Chi-Chi was a little girl in the original Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
She was, I guess, okay. She's a little princess. Bulma is just, a B word.
Yeah.
Roshi's air quotes girlfriend. God, what is her name? Lash, Leaf, something like that. Starts with an L. Anyways, she's got multiple personality disorder where one's this sweet, bubble-headed girl, and then when she sneezes, turns into a homicidal maniac.
Wait.
And then there's Roshi's sister, Bao Bao, who's a fortune teller, and is pretty much a witch.
Okay. Hitting the high notes here.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought.
What?
I'm trying to find the watch party. Nope, not what I wanted you to do at all. As always. How do I don't remember this being difficult last time.
That's what she said.
Guess you got me there. Did they discontinue the watch party feature over the last week? Okay, I apologize, folks. It's going to take us an extra couple of minutes. Ahsoka. That's where the watch party thing used to be. Why is that not there anymore? What's going on?
What the bleep is going on?
Exactly. Okay. Go to the internets for answers.
I was just about to do that, but yeah.
Group watch, that's what it's called. It's
Still.
group watch on the details page. Go to the show. That's the show. Why is there no? Oh, pause, damn it. Well, okay, let's do it this way.
Yeah, you have to do it the old-fashioned way.
Disney Plus. Why did you immediately go to Bluey? Although it is a great show. All right.
Because it's totally not brainwashed you.
Totally. Details. I still don't see an ability to join to do a group watch. Can you pull it up on your
So where did you see details?
it's like episodes. That just nope, just takes me to the show. Back. There's a little thing that's Did Disney Plus remove group watch? Oh, yeah, they did.
What?
Unfortunately, the group watch feature has been completely removed from Disney Plus globally, as subscribers have been reporting on social media that they can't find the feature anymore.
Disney. Just
What?
finding ways to just make you hate them.
Disney Plus fans in tears as group watch feature axed.
We're gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, I guess we what countdown?
Yep.
Now let me at least get to the page. All of Disney's official help pages have removed any mention of the feature, and the official page for Group Watch is now just redirected to the main Disney Plus page. Also, the Group Watch icon was removed from the App Store images earlier this month. Disney hasn't officially made any announcements regarding the feature's removal, and it's unknown if the feature is going to return, but with the complete removal of any mention of the feature, it seems unlikely. I've reached out to Disney Plus help support and have been told it's unknown how much. Wait, hold on. For now, we have confirmed that the Group Watch feature has been removed as a feature on all regions for Disney Plus. There has been no report when it will be back on Disney Plus, as the Group Watch feature has been removed today. Well, awesome. I apologize, viewers. We would have gotten started a little bit ago if we realized.
Here's the best part about that. It is like the coward's way of doing it. Like we're gonna do this, but we don't want the noise. We're just not gonna tell people we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
We don't want to feel the pressure of having to actually do something we don't want to do because the millions of subscribers that we have, are gonna tell us. And and as people who are beholden to profits, we don't want to take the chance of having to listen to our conscience and the fear of losing millions of dollars.
Yeah. I don't get it. Like, was it overtaxing the? Is that gonna restart the episode? That's gonna restart the episode. Dadgummit.
That's what you. Oh, you mean the last episode you watched?
No, restarts the recap. Okay, all right. I think I'm there.
I'm at the where it still says Disney Plus. Is that where you're at?
No, I'm at the Ahsoka episode.
Right. But I'm saying where it went Disney Plus with the arc, like the animation.
Oh, no. I'm about to hit the button to start the episode. So, I guess I can count it down. So let's post it. Starting up now without help from Disney because they got rid of the group watch feature for an unknown, untold reason. Cowards. Right. I'm gonna hit it. 3, 2, 1. And right here. Watching the recap. Larger operation. Banished. Makes it sound like he was like sent there purposefully.
Right.
Do you think we're gonna get Ahsoka or Sabine?
Sabine, can only hope at this point.
Yeah.
Because that's where the real story is at this point.
Yeah.
Because they've made us completely disinterested in Ahsoka's story.
The search for Grand Amlathon reaches beyond the limits of the galaxy. Welcome, viewers, to Pat and the Fat Man Livestream Ahsoka Part 6. Hasn't been named yet.
It wasn't?
No.
Hmm.
It's the same thing they did with Part 5. They put the name on it later.
Wow.
All right, let's see here. Some interesting, creepy music. We're inside of a whale.
Space whale.
Space whale.
I mean, it's like so, and with those colors, it's like straight out of Star Trek: The Voyage Home.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, Dave, you know this is Star Wars, right? Not Trek. Think you wouldn't get them confused at this point, Dave, since your entire career is based around Star Wars. Okay, come on.
I've got to turn the sound up. Or wait, I can turn the thing on. There we go. I mean, you said it when you said she was faded. I don't want to have this conversation anymore.
Oh, the pure arrogance.
Wow. Long time ago. Galaxy far, far away. Huh. Part 6. Far, far away. Up. Sabine wearing Sith clothing. Or not quite Sith clothing.
Still got her knee pad, so it's basically the under jumpsuit of her armor.
Okay, that makes sense. You guys don't wear it on your skin? Can you imagine how much chafing that would be? But it's Beskar.
Hey, you guys keep those boxes up. It's called Velcro. You guys are using Velcro?
An old Drew Carey callback. Because she's confined. Oh, low blow. No, I promised I wouldn't hurt you. That's not what I promised at all.
I just like how by default there's a prison on every starship.
Gotta have a brig. They just like make the evil robots voice boxes so that they sound evil. I mean, that's
Maybe
gotta
it's
be
just
purposeful.
cheaper. It's just a cheaper default setting. You know how much one of these rings cost? I mean, come on, Pat.
Yeah,
Not everybody's got perfect credit like you.
wait a minute. Dathomiri. So Dathomir is extra galactic. Interesting. Oh, and its rings are made up of whale bones. That's not creepy as all get out.
Okay, but
Yeah,
you
I
see the
mean,
beacon, but you don't see a ship big enough for that giant hyperspace ring that you constructed for the purpose of not only getting you there, but I'm assuming getting the ship back.
that's true.
Otherwise, you would have just brought a ship.
I don't know, maybe a regular ship wouldn't have been able to make the jump.
Because a ring is much more structurally sound.
Yeah, not the way they were using it. They had been going from the side, yes, but they weren't. So, I mean, that's a smart move. Like, okay, the whales come here to die, so anybody who's going to ride the whales is going to end up here eventually, as long as they're alive. Makes sense. But then, when the whale dies in space, like, what do you do?
Well, so first off, the whale let them inside, so I'm assuming the whale's going to let him out before he dies.
Well, no,
I
I'm
don't think
talking
it's like an
about
instantaneous thing.
I'm talking about Thrawn and Ezra.
Oh, well, Ezra didn't know that.
Yeah, but I mean, neither did Thrawn, right?
Well, Ezra was the one that summoned the whales
Mm,
to wrap around the Chimera and then have it, jump.
right. Okay, so they took the ship with them.
Right.
Oh, they're going to Gondor.
Or second Mustafar.
No, yeah. Those are basically the same places.
Mm-hmm. Continuous lava and volcanoes.
Yeah. I was just saying how it was kind of like a ring city set inside of a mountain.
Quiet while we take you to the freaky chamber.
Yep.
More ropes.
Ropes. Why does it have to be some sort of electronic rope? I don't even know how that works. Physics are mind-boggling. Of course, this is space fantasy. Yeah, that's Gondor. It's not even trying to hide the fact that's Gondor. Space Gondor. Or sorry, Minas Tirith. Space Minas Tirith. I mean, you'd think at a place like this it'd be more of a Minas Morgul kind of a thing, but nope. They went with Tirith. It's all white and shiny and I never noticed, but she has a Padawan thing.
Oh, the rat tail.
Yeah.
Well,
Jones
sounds
at
like
him.
sounds kind of like KOTOR 2 kind of stuff.
Yeah. Do some of that there training.
Why don't you focus on your cuffs first?
Try and be practical, Bruce. Like, that's not me. Interesting.
Yeah. Okay, there's the painting. All right.
To be one heck of a pilot to pull this kind of maneuver off. I like accidentally crush the mountain.
Oh god, what are the thrusters is burning out?
Yes, it's going down. Going sideways. Enoch, huh?
I don't recognize that word.
Well, I gotta say that was pretty good.
Yeah. Face isn't quite what I expected it.
You know, I have less problem with the face than I do with a side profile. It's kind of got middle-aged man going on.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought.
Nice. Huh. That reminds me of the creature from Avatar, The Last Airbender, at the Seeker Road.
I am not familiar with that.
Basically, it had, I can't remember what it was a combination of, but it had super scent, and it could track pretty much anything.
Because I mean, because that's worked out so far. I mean, you've had a Star Destroyer and all these troops, and yet he's still alive. So,
Yeah, I'm like, why not just say no and just leave? Like, why try and take care of this loose end? It's already taken care of at the end of the galaxy. Oh, that's a callback to Hoth.
mhm.
Sand people, basically. That's even a gaffy stick. Huh. Sand people in samurai armor, basically.
Basically.
You take it with you so that it's repairable somewhere. You know nothing about being a nomad, Sabine.
Well, especially somebody who, has tinkers with crap all the time.
Yeah. I was living a semi-nomadic lifestyle in Lothal.
Shock, I say, shock.
Yeah, evil people betraying evil people? I never see that coming.
What? A well-trained horse would have fled in that situation.
Yes. Still somewhat a kid show.
Okay.
Got your supplies. Are you an idiot?
It's okay. Yeah. Just, walk your feet sore out of spite, Of course, I'm sure that's not at all a stereotype of women.
Wow. You got to get one of those in on every one of these episodes, don't you?
I can only recall doing it on 2 so far.
Okay. 2 out of 6. That ain't bad.
That ain't bad. 33%.
Oh, look at you doing math.
That's right. That big old public education of mine.
Yeah, use those giant nostrils of yours.
Yeah, the lightsaber. Oh, okay.
And it took her to her certain death.
Oh, it's one of those rats from Princess Bride.
Oh, all grown up. That's what a Rouse is in the end. Does kind of look like a Rouse.
It's a rock he peed on. Right? Why would it get up when? Yeah.
Right. Pointing a gun at me. That is a well-tailored snail. I want to eat you so bad. Wish I know eat you.
Oh, they're stone munchkins.
Trolls. Bunch of trolls. I'm gonna start singing about how she needs to find a man and be in love.
By following the Yellow Brick Road, also known as Martin Luther King Boulevard. Just, the city renamed it.
Do you know Ezra Richard? He's my friend.
He said, yes, we ate him.
I got a feeling they're going to try to make this into 2 seasons. Either that or the last 2 episodes are going to be extraordinarily long.
How many are there supposed to be?
8.
Oh, just 8?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Well, I mean, this is. How long is this one?
We're almost there.
Oh, okay.
14 minutes, it says. That's including credits.
Broken Jedi, huh?
Where's the lollipop gang?
Yeah, I know. Lollipop Guild and the Tooth Fairies. I can't remember what they were. And the mayor of Munchkin Land. That bad bastard.
Come on, hurry up. The Bachelorette's going to be on soon.
Get that antenna working.
Freshly salted rock.
Freshly salted. First we lick it and then we put salt on it.
How about some rocks? No, not even they're sauteed in a little mud.
Oh, snap.
Where are you going? That's because I didn't know where I was going. Typical. Oh, the plan. Never a good one. Hey.
Yeah, about that. What followed could only be described in galactic terms as a rough plowing.
Oh, that was definitely more elegant than I was going to put it.
That night, the naughty came up with several more words for copulation.
All of them disgusting.
We will not repeat them here, nor will we add them to the Galactic Archive. They just sold us out to the Empire.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have it.
Bang it out.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
Can't even get 2 solid minutes of
Strikes me as a fade to black moment.
Well, the music was a tip off.
Yeah, wow.
Good episode. The very beginning, there were definitely parts I kind of groaned about because there were definite nods to this or that, like, History of the Galaxies Part 1, 2, and 3. I thought was a nod to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Okay. That had 5 books.
But the movies are 1 and 2. And she says at the end, I always thought 1 was best.
I didn't realize they made it 2.
Or okay, maybe I'm thinking History of the World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So History of the World Part
Has
1.
2.
Part 2 is playing right now, right on Hulu.
Well, it was released some time ago.
Oh, okay. Not very long. Like last couple
Been
months.
a few months.
Yeah.
It's been a few months.
Few months. Yeah, it might have been.
Oh, and that was a series, apparently.
Yeah. That was a TV show. It's interesting. Yeah, I think I like that episode. I don't like the. I'm okay with Thrawn. Like I like Thrawn. I don't like I said, I don't like his side. Yeah, it's too much. He's too much of a stomach. He needs to look a little more trim.
Right. He was like, I was gonna say, Thrawn was a very skinny,
Yeah.
And I definitely thought there were other actors that could have played him better.
Yeah.
Voice is fine. Voice is dead on, but I mean,
I don't know. I think the acting's pretty good.
I'm not saying that the acting isn't good. I'm saying like the physical face, like you're saying, like they could have gotten a better physical looking actor for the part.
Yeah.
Like I don't have a problem with the way that he's acting the part. He's acting the part perfect. I'm glad that we got to see Ezra in this one, because I was going to be like rolling my eyes like, okay, how long are you going to drag this out?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm wondering if Thrawn's there's gonna be a big battle, and they're gonna Ahsoka somehow, or are they all gonna jump back to the main universe together?
Well, I mean, if Thrawn is Thrawn, then yeah, what he's going to do is just go. He's not going to really try to engage because his goal is to get back.
Right.
So he's not going to stop for the barricade. He's not going to let himself get distracted by that.
Yeah. I'm kind of thinking about the stuff from the Mandalorian season 3 with Moff Gideon and the council talking about bringing Thrawn back. So I guess this is all a known project. And theoretically the remnants of the Empire are waiting for him.
Right.
That makes sense.
Well, some parts of the remnant are waiting for him. Then there's another part that's doing Project Resurrection.
Right. And that's what ends up becoming the First Order.
Right.
Finally got a little background to that. I've been waiting for a decade now. Well, 7 years. I can pinpoint that pretty easily because the episode 7 came out right when Micah was born, so 7 years ago.
And then again, the stubbornness of Ahsoka. Again, it just seemed like she didn't learn anything. Like she's still trying to harp on Sabine for what she did, and when she was just kind of yelled at by Anakin for being who she is, so instead of trying to learn compassion and understanding, saying maybe the Force is trying to decide it seems like she learned nothing from it.
It's just like the friendly robot just wants to talk. He's a freaking robot. Like you tell him whatever. Yeah, tell him what happened. See, he's a Jedi robot. He's got,
Insight
thousands
and guidance.
of experience here, and you're gonna just keep this secret from him because you don't want to talk about it because you're all closed off Ahsoka. Yeah. Strikes me as the level of stupidity.
Mm-hmm.
There's more Doug days.
More what?
So you remember Up?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know how long ago. It's just one new episode. Doug, remember the dog from Up?
Uh-huh.
And the old man, Carl. They made a series of shorts, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 maybe, where Doug and Carl go get a house together and live together. And they are hilarious. They're called Doug Days. It's on Disney Plus. Very much recommend them. But they just came out with a new one. It's been, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, maybe not that long, maybe 3 years or so. And they just came out with a new one today. Looks like Carl's date.
Oh, yeah. It's funny because I guess a lot happened in that episode, but I don't know if there's anything to really critique about. It's all pretty straightforward.
I think I'm still trying to figure out what the deal is with Balin. It's Balin, right?
Yeah, and I think it's a sort of survivor's anger, that a sense that, he's angry that the Jedi were so flawed in what they did and that they failed, which in turn made him lose everything that he'd known.
Yeah.
And so
It's
for
because
him, it's a way of, I'm going to rebuild it, make it like it's what it was, but better, make it what it should have been, so that way it never dies.
Well, and the way he says, like he watched it all burn, it almost seemed like what he was saying was, I was there
Right.
when it burned, which kind of begs the notion, how did you get out? Because there's only a couple
Right.
people who got out, and
How did you hide?
right, I kind of wonder if it's not so much survivor's guilt as it is like coward's guilt.
Right. Well,
Um,
that's what I'm saying. It's a sort of guilt that's turned into rage,
yeah,
and you feeling that I'm not going to wallow in guilt. I'm going to turn it into productive rage.
yeah. And
Like
then
when we were talking, like when we were doing the critique of Red Dawn, and
oh yeah,
what's Jed had said, don't cry, let it turn into something else.
yeah. Let it turn. I remember.
And that's kind of like, I think, what he's trying to do here.
Yeah. It's interesting watching his Padawan or whatever she is, try and figure out what he's up to, because you can tell she's kind of confused. She's like, what are we doing here?
Am I allowed to use anger? Am I not allowed to use anger? I mean, it seems like less of a Padawan and more of a daughter situation.
I know, right? Like I get that feeling too, and that may be what it is. Like it may come out that she's actually his daughter, and that does sort of beg the question of who was the Smoke Man.
Well, that was, like I said, something definitely the Dathomirian witches created,
okay,
because they use their dark magic often comes out of the body like this greenish smoke thing.
So have they, the Dathomirian witches, have they been in anything else?
Oh, Clone Wars and some Rebels.
Okay,
but definitely
so
Clone Wars.
Was it those witches or was it different ones?
Different ones that I
Okay.
recall.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So theoretically, we're dealing with a civilization that was older than, the New Republic, or sorry, not the Old Republic.
Yeah. Well, that's where Disney's playing a lot of it, because they're like, aha, stuff that hasn't been written about and nobody knows. That could be our little sandbox we can build in.
Yeah.
So everything's going to be back there.
Right. So it's sort of like, so the old Republic lasted for 1,000 generations, right? So that translates to 10,000 years.
Mm-hmm.
Or is that 10,000 or maybe 100,000 years? Consider. Let's use my hand calculator, also called my phone.
Perfect.
You have 1,000 generations. So if you consider maybe a generation is, I don't know, 100 years, 10 years. What do you think? So you're talking about somewhere between 10,000 and 100,000 years of existence as a galactic civilization.
The average period generally considered to be about 20 to 30 years.
Okay, so
20,000 to 30,000 years.
Yeah, that's a long time. I mean, you think about how long like Western civilization has been a thing.
Well, that's why I scoffed, like when in the previous episode, and Hu Yang was saying, that the Jedi's teachings and standards had lasted for 1,000 generations, and Ahsoka's like, yes, and look what happened to them. Okay, 20,000, 30,000 years. That's a long time.
I mean, that's impressive.
How many different governments have risen and fallen in that time?
Yeah.
So to like kind of just blow it off as, oh, well, it was failed. Just because it eventually died doesn't mean it was a failure.
Yeah. Just, shockingly, nothing's built to last. Just like people.
Just like people, right? So
yeah, so I am very curious to see where his story ends up going.
I keep going back to the Ahsoka part, even though it was such a small part because it's the title character of the series. And looking back on the previous episode and her interactions with Anakin, like even Anakin in that world between worlds, you saw him mature as like a Jedi master because he became more thoughtful and thought-provoking and more about letting go of the mortal part of yourself and thinking of the larger part.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was like what he was trying to tell her, goes, you that may be what you want, but that's not what you're going to get. So either you live or you die.
Yeah.
So it just, I don't know, because then the way she acts in this episode, where she, wants what she's looking from Hu Yang is the confirmation that her anger towards Sabine is valid. She's looking for validation from Hu Yang about her anger towards Sabine.
Right.
And he's like, well, maybe it's not that simple. Maybe it was the right thing to do. And she's like, well, shut up. You're not agreeing with me, so shut up.
Yeah. Yeah, because she's basically saying, I wish we would have, been able to stop this in the coming war and all that. And, I think Anakin's point is like, you can still stop the war and go find your friend Ezra.
Right. It's just like, you're still going to have to fight.
Yeah.
Either you fight or you die. There's no in between. Yeah. There's no, you get to live whatever life you think you should. The galaxy cares not for your wants.
Yeah, that's interesting because they played around with the idea of fate.
In this one with the Dathomirian sisters.
Well, Ahsoka says, Sabine was. It's interesting. Like she says, Sabine was fated to make that choice, and I didn't have enough time with her to teach her to make the right choice. And I'm like, if you're fated to make the choice, it doesn't. I think that was.
It's not a choice,
right? Hu Yang's point is, no, that's not how fate works. Like, if you're fated to do something, it doesn't matter if you've had the training to make the right choice. You're gonna make that choice because that's how fate works. And Star Wars
is kind of funny how like
the fatalist system.
This whole sequel era that Disney is doing is very fatalistic.
Yeah.
It's all about fate.
Well, and I think a lot of it has been, I think the concept of fate has always been sort of at play in Star Wars,
Sure.
quite a bit.
But there was always like in the original trilogy, like the prequel trilogy was fatalistic because you knew where it was going to end. Like
Right.
it wasn't like you didn't know where it was going. But like say the original trilogy, there were elements of fatalism and then there was definitely elements of choice. Because Luke could have chosen to go on to the dark side. It wasn't like he was put in a position where he had no other choice.
Yeah. Well, and there's his choice to leave Dagobah and go to Cloud City and fight Vader. His choice to, or not his choice, but Vader's choice to betray the Emperor and save his son. Like those are, you have this sort of fated schema set up, and that's sort
right.
of
The scenario for the choice was set up,
right,
but the choice itself wasn't.
Right. As I find that interesting. Like that's a very Dune-esque kind of perspective. The way Herbert sort of set up Paul's prescience is that Paul could see sort of the waves of time and the sort of the time as if it was an ocean, and there were things that were fated to happen, but then it would crash around these rocks of choice that were outside of the ken of fate. They were based on what individuals did and the result of actions.
And then going off of that kind of philosophical discussion, this was a very Sabine centered one where she refuses to face her choices and what those choices bring, even when she gets what she wants. And that thing she wants is, what brought you here? And she goes, that doesn't matter. I got what I wanted. And it's like, okay, well, hold up. It does matter because now comes the aftermath.
Right. Like
it's like you set off a bomb in the ocean so you can go surfing. Okay. You rode the wave to shore because you wanted to get to shore, but guess what? The tsunami's coming.
Yeah. You had fun, riding the wave, but now all of the dead fish.
Right. And so, and the funny part is it's not like I don't having watched Rebels, it's not like Ezra's gonna go, how could you? He's gonna go, okay, so let's go ahead and start warning these people and get ready because they're coming.
Yeah.
I know they're coming and I wasn't there.
Yeah. He's gonna be like, oh, so Thrawn used you to track me down. Goody. Which does kind of beg the question of why was Thrawn not able to find him?
Because he was inconsequential.
Yeah, I guess that might be true.
Again, Thrawn is single-minded to things that aren't going to be a diversion from his goal. I mean, if he knows that those distractions will be disruptive, he'll go after them. That's like the genius of his military strategy mind. But he knows not to expend resources that he really shouldn't for something that could be a non-factor.
Right, and that's something that sets him apart from so many other Imperial officers.
Right. He doesn't let ego and like I said, ego, and arrogance to get him in trouble.
Yeah, I mean that's really what sets him off compared to most of the Imperial, hierarchy and leadership. Is he's not. Like he does definitely have an ego, but he's not interested in stroking it. He's interested in getting the job done.
He lets his results stroke his ego.
Right.
He doesn't let the other things.
Right.
He's like, oh no, I'll feel better when I have my real victory.
Right.
Which is getting the hell out of here.
Yep.
Because like he said in this one, he goes, yeah, we lost a lot of troops over these last few years. So no, I'm not going to send a whole battalion to go deal with, one sort of Jedi, one sort of not Jedi.
Yeah. He's like, no. 2 squads would be enough. You know what? If we don't really, we'll just leave. I mean, come on.
I just don't want them coming back in the 3 days that I need to get the hell out of here.
Yeah. God, a lot of me feels like why did he even send the mercenaries? I mean, obviously we know sent the mercenaries off in order to hopefully leave them. I get 2 birds with this stone.
Right. And then he sent the 2 squads because, okay, in the large run, the squads don't mean anything. They're stormtroopers. They're cannon fodder. Yeah. And like you said, maybe he gets a bonus and they actually, kill off Ezra and Sabine.
It was interesting. Like all the gold or
the gold-faced one is just the captain.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you had subtitles on, but he was named Enoch.
Right.
That's an interesting choice of names.
Right. But see, what's even interesting was the little stone creatures were called naughty, and so were the bandits.
Right.
They both spoke the same language.
They're all speaking naughty, whatever that is.
Right. Not that was ever explained that that's what those people were, that either bandits or the stone people were.
Right. Or that they were talking the same language, which I guess if you didn't have the subtitles on, you probably wouldn't have known. Unless you were really paying attention.
Right, but here's the funny part. You specifically put that in the subtitles. So, I mean,
so you
why?
You want people to know.
Right. Kind of like, subtitles in SEC shorts, sometimes, that like the noise, the sound effects or something, well, it'll say something completely that's not the sound effect, it's commentary.
Yeah. Oh man, I haven't watched the most recent one with the subtitles on. I gotta do that.
I think I tried some of it. I don't know if there's really anything in those subtitles. We'll have to watch that together.
Yeah, sometimes there isn't. A lot of them there aren't, but yeah.
Ezra Bridger, that was interesting to see.
Yeah.
I was glad to see that he actually had lines. I wasn't sure if they were, because they didn't really say before like Ezra Bridger was going to be like an actual presence in the show. It just seemed like they were just going to have the mock-up of him in the holo and that was going to be it. So
yeah.
I guess we really got him now.
It would have been hilarious. Sabine had tried to hand him the lightsaber and it cut to black. Beginning of the episode, grabs it, throws it over his shoulder.
Oh, just that is a good point. The first thing she does is she does not hand him back his lightsaber.
Yep.
And him look it over and go, "What the you do to my lightsaber?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and at this point, you got to get over this whole, long lost friend. Yeah, they're not friends.
Don't you come inside my mobile trailer?
Honestly, I that's less Ezra. It's going to be more Sabine. She was the forceful one there.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Anyways,
good show.
Yeah. Good game.
All right, so next week, episode 7.
Next week's episode 7, second to last. That'll be Sabine showing up and seeing the Chimera there, going, "What the?"
Yep. And not Sabine, Ahsoka.
Oh, right. Ahsoka.
All right, well, that does it for this live stream. Pat the Fat Man Ahsoka, part 6. Far away? Yeah, far away.
Far away.
And thank you for joining us. We have a website, patthefatman.com. We're on Patreon, Pat the Fat Man, Facebook, Pat the Fat Man, and the Fat Man has a Twitter X handle.
Fat Man. And then we have Pat and Fat Man on Instagram.
So check us out, share us with all your friends and families and every stranger you meet on the street. Have a good evening, everybody. I'm Pat.
I'm the Fat Man.
Stay classy.
May the force be with you.
Shut up, Meg.
How come I don't get any lines in these things? Shut up, Meg.